Mm. Okay, let's wait for me to get a link up into Facebook. Okay. All right. Okay, for the happy moms, I will just post later. Yeah, I'll let you know. Okay. Hello, parents. Thanks so much for being here. And for those parents who are already in the Facebook group, sorry for the delay because my laptop just restarted like all of a sudden. Yeah. Okay, so today we have a very special guest, a very good friend of mine, and she is a mindset transformation coach. Hello, Sophie.
Hey John, and hello everyone.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted because I want to make sure that everything is going on well. It's like like a DJ trying to manage different devices at the same
Yeah,
time.
no worries. Take your
Yeah.
time.
Okay, take my time. Parents, once you are here in the Facebook group, just drop us a hi so that we know that you are here. And in fact, why we are doing this is because as much as we all want our children to do well in school and get the desired grades that they want, at the same time, I think something that I always prioritize is protecting the self-esteem of my kids as well as the confidence. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about how we can help our children to build up their confidence, not just in school, but also in life and also beyond. Yeah, beyond the secondary school, because you also want them to thrive beyond P6. Okay, Sophie, could you probably maybe we set some context for the parents so that it's easier for the discussion. How do you personally define PSLE confidence or even confidence for children?
I think confidence is that ability to just try to step out and do things and not be afraid that you might make a mistake. And when you're confident, you can get a lot of things done and mm, achieve whatever you want to do. So it's not just about, I'm confident I need to do something, I need to get 100% right, but just that ability to try, to step out.
So it's like the belief to step out and also to have the little boys to remind the child that actually he or she can do it.
Mm-hmm. And it's also very important for, when children need to do something like kids may be doing a game, being in a competition, taking a test, doing a presentation, storytelling, anything. You want to be able to perform under pressure as well, under that kind of unfamiliar circumstance. Right. So when you're confident, when someone is feeling nervous, anxious, and that could be quite common, um, that might affect what's in their mind and they might blank out, forget what they want to say. So it's very important to be confident, and that can help us to perform even under such unfamiliar circumstance.
Nice. Yeah. So for parents who are out there listening to us, actually this sharing and also discussion is also designed for you. Yeah. So if you have any question, you can just post in the comments box in the LOB Facebook group. Yeah. So that I just focus on one platform rather than moving around. Yeah. Okay. So to me, what does confidence means is really yes, I also want my child to do well in school. At the same time, I think having taught hundreds of kids, some of the children who are very bright who have been doing very well, scoring AL1 and AL2. But they told me that there's still these little boys inside them that tell them that they're not good enough or they can't do it, or what if they get one careless mistake, what will their parents do? Yeah. So as a mindset coach, not just for children, but also for I think you also serve CEOs and senior leaders as well. What can a parent do to help the child to start building confidence at home?
And in response to this, I'm thinking back at our children as babies. And if you recall how cute they were, and how they actually, you know, when you brought them home from the hospital and you have to take care of their neck, right? So you have to support the neck all the time. But some stage they try to lift their neck, and then they start to roll over, and then they learn how to crawl. And just thinking at that point, you realize that babies, or we are as humans, created to try all the time. We try to lift our head up at the beginning. We try to roll over. We try to crawl. We try to move. We try to stand. And we are our kids' best cheerleaders. And we're encouraging them all the time. We're helping them, you know, hold them up. Oh yeah, try and stand up now. And then we cheer for them. And we're so excited when they take their first step in their life. And everyone's just clapping and encouraging them to walk, to take their first step to walk. That's what we've been engineered to do. We're engineered to try from young. And parents are there to support and cheer them along. But somehow or other, as they get into the system, somehow we tend to have certain expectations, maybe, and then we start going like, you know, we start forgetting to cheer them on, to encourage them. Maybe we might even say, you know, focus on the failure or the not completing a task in maybe a manner that you expect it to be. And so how can we support our kids to build up confidence is to continue to cheer them on like they were when they were babies. Just remember that time. Remember to encourage them through whatever they're doing. Focus on what they're achieving rather than what they could not achieve at that point. Then they can keep on trying, just like the baby, trying to lift up the neck, and then they build muscles as they go along doing that. I think that's the analogy I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and I think it's very good advice because I remember when my children were very young, and I remember that no matter what milestones they've hit, be it just from they can stand or they can walk or they can run, I always cheer them on. Yeah. But I think as they get older, probably okay, I'm also part of the system. Yeah. So sometimes I forgot to cheer them on, but instead I focus on what they can't do. Yeah. Yeah. So this actually reminded me of a recent book that I read. And parents, if you love to read, I highly recommend you to read, because as parents, we need to always upgrade ourselves, not in terms of the skills only, but also mindset as well. And this book is called The Gap and the Gain, which I told you about. Yeah. So what this means is in a very simple way is, if let's say you give an ice cream to a child, yeah, when the child is in a gap, yeah, his response can be like, Papa, you didn't buy the ice cream that I want. Why do you take so much time to bring it to me? Why not two ice creams? Why not something else? Yeah. So in a sense, the child is in the mindset of a lack. Yeah. Talking about gain, it will be like oh, the child will respond like, Papa, thank you so much for buying it for me. I'm so happy. Papa, I really appreciate you. Yeah. And this ice cream is so tasty. Even if it's tiny, it's still tasty as well. Yeah. So yeah. So gain is will be more like in an abundance mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, you know, where are you putting your view? Where's your perspective of things? And I really like that sharing. It's just kind of like the cup being full, full, half full or half empty, right? That's kind of an analogy. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So running on what I've just shared, I'm also very conscious of catching myself. Am I in the gap or the gain when I look at my kid? Yeah. Do I look at what she is expected to do? That means where I think that she should be, or actually I should look at how much she has grown over the years. Yeah. But sometimes as a parent, I'm not sure if parents agree as well. It's pretty hard. Yeah. I mean, our children, I feel that even for my case, they're always being judged. Hey, you should have done better. You should have done more. You shouldn't have made this mistake. Yeah. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, and that's really, we're talking about the mindset. And one of the things is that sometimes we tend to use language like that. It's not that we want to do it intentionally, but it comes out because maybe there's some kind of tenderness within us that we built up from what we believe from the past, or how we were parented, or how we were brought up to think about certain things. So it's also, you know, when you catch yourself doing that, it's also helpful for us as parents to look back and say, Like, what is it about this mindset that I'm also, behaving in the same way? What is my contribution to my child doing that? Because it's very easy to point a finger and say, yeah, my child is like so, or how come you made a mistake? But what is your contribution as a parent? So for example, if a child is finding it really tough to do a mathematical problem, let's say, and they do not wish to do it, the thing is, maybe the child is afraid of that failure, afraid of making a mistake, and someone is going to scold them or point their mistake out, and that's uncomfortable for them. So who is contributing to that? Is it the educator, the parent, that's saying, pointing out that mistake all the time? So maybe one way we can do it is really pace that as well. Like, go on small little, how should I say, increase slowly by slowly. So I remember when my child had issues with math, um, we just did questions that she could do to build that confidence, to make her feel like, hey, actually I can answer questions. And then after that, moving up with a little bit more difficult and then a little bit more difficult.
Nice. So it sounds like we also want to really understand what our children can do. At the same time, is also helping them to inch forward. Yeah. And like a coach, like helping them to yes, we want our children to like jump from here to there, or maybe do something more concrete. Like, so let's say I want my child to jump like 10 meters. I'm not sure even if that's humanly possible. Let's start off with just that one is a final goal. Yeah, maybe let's start off with just 1 meter first.
Mm-hmm.
We increase to 1.1 meter.
Yeah, just inch by inch. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I really want to value add to the parents, because parenting is not easy. Yeah, in fact, I think it's really hard. Yeah, parents, if you are around and you think the parenting is not easy, just type yes. Yeah, because now I think I can see 6 parents online. Yeah, but again, right now, as soon as you come in, we just want to value add to you. Yeah, and then we want to talk about awareness. Yeah, which is something that it could be a sensitive topic as well, because it's really hard to define awareness. And how do we let's say a sports coach, to be a good sports coach, first the sports coach must work on himself first to be able to give all out to his athletes. Yeah, so I feel like for parents, there'll be some moment that we need to work on ourselves too. But how do we support parents to start to look inward rather beside outward?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned earlier is, really, noticing what is your contribution, number one. And then when you notice something about your child, also look at what is it that they're not confident about. Is it because it's too difficult, or they feel that they're not good enough? They're afraid to make mistakes. And it would be great to also think about that on your own. Do you present the same kind of behavior? Do you, in certain things, are you afraid of making mistakes? Are you afraid of showing that it's bad to make mistakes? And sometimes when the child sees, actually, when you make a mistake and your child sees how you are correcting that mistake and becoming better, it's a great learning experience for them, because you're modeling to them that it's okay to make mistakes, but I can always work to be better. I can correct myself and I don't have to beat myself up. It's not the end of the world. So I think that's one important thing as well. So looking at your child first, what are your judgments about them, or what are your considerations of why they feel this way? And then applying that to yourself and seeing, am I also behaving the same way in my life? And correct, maybe doing something about that. What do you think, John?
Yeah. I think it's easy to mention it. Yeah. But sometimes see the but comes up already. And when we say but, right, I think part of my subconscious is trying to defend myself. Yeah. See, now I'm stuck.
Yeah, certainly. And I can definitely understand that, because like you said, it's so easy to look at other people. And that's why we naturally do that. We naturally look at what other people's mistakes are. And then we try to correct that, like our own kids, right? But it's very hard to look within ourselves, where we're not really trained to do that. It's very hard to look within ourselves and say, this is something I have to work on myself. And that's why there is awareness that comes in. And I think there are a lot of parents who are more aware, they tend to be able to do that, and that's how they change. It's an internal part of us that we need to constantly work on. Working from the inside out, it's easy to do the outside work, but working from the inside out is always tough. And that's why maybe some people, may seek some guidance, coaching or any other things, reading books, doing some journaling or reflections to help work from the inside out. That takes quite a lot of effort, but it's definitely doable and definitely worth it.
Yeah, sounds really good. Yeah. Okay, so now I know what I want to say. Yeah. It's definitely is really a good experience, because I think that well, as a parent, myself, I mean, when I was younger, I'm always being corrected by my dad and mom. Hey, don't do this. This is wrong. This is bad. Yeah, a lot of labeling. Yeah, so that's why when I was younger, I become very conscious of how I speak, how I behave. Yeah, but now into this generation, I mean, I'm just saying for my own experience that how I parent my kid is different, because I feel that it's a partnership that requires respect as well. Yeah, because sometimes when I partnership, some parents may misunderstand that, hey, won't you be afraid that your child will climb over you? Yeah, as my child gets older and now the eldest is in Sec 1, what I want to emphasize on is mutual respect. And something that is helpful, and I hope I can help the parents here as well, is I always ask, however I behave, however I speak, however I act out, would I want my child to model after? Yeah, and if it's a yes, I will go ahead to do it. If it's a no, it's tiring lah, but I'll try to do my best to do something that I want my child to follow.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that you really put in, or you intentionally and consciously build that very strong connection with your children, spending a lot of quality time with them. And I think that's very important in parent-child relationship as well. That helps to build confidence, because the child can trust you as their cheerleader, yeah, they can grow because they have a good backing.
Yeah. Talking about tiring, and I'm looking at the topic for today so that I don't go out of point. Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty hard because parenting itself consists of so many other things, and they are all moving parts. Yeah. So yes, helping our kids build a confidence. We parents also need to make sure that we have the energy, the patience, and the willingness to come out and say, okay, now I can do some work on my kids. Yeah. So how should parents be charged for the fact that, being parent, I sometimes feel like I'm at war every day from morning to night. Yeah. So what are some of the simple ways that a parent can recharge?
Yeah, certainly. And really, you're so right. I think a lot of parents tend to put themselves last on the list. They do everything else, their work, their family, their kids, their household, and then they are the last. So it's important to actually set aside time for yourself, to do the things that nourish you. And it could be a very simple thing like going for a walk, exercising, doing something that makes you happy in a day. I think that's so important, because otherwise you find that your cup is very empty. So do things that can fill up your cup. I mean, for me, it's very simple. If I eat like a piece of chocolate, I feel very good. So it can be a very simple thing, but it can, help to just really energize you in such simple ways. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a big spa or a big holiday.
Yes. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. And so now I know that for your birthday, we can send you chocolate.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dark chocolate with nuts.
Oh, dark chocolate with nuts. Yeah. Now talking about that, yeah, I remember that last year for my parents' 6 class, you also came in to support some of our students as well. And parents, the reason why we are doing this session is because in our classes, I also want to make sure that our children and parents are supported by a mindset coach as well. Yeah. And of course, the client's info is confidential. Yeah. At the same time, I think, is it okay that you can share? And I know that you have worked with many kids as well. Yeah. Primary school kids especially, so that the parents can relate and learn from you as well. Yeah. What are some of the things to look out for, and what are some of the things that we parents can not intervene, can support? Yeah, I think the word is not intervene, not to react or jump in and say, no, you can't do that, but to support the child in the journey. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to listen and observe before we react, and be that listening ear for the child, because then we know what's happening or what they're trying to say. It's like you said, it's so easy to just jump in and interrupt. So one exercise that I've taught before is have each person an allocated time to speak. So if the parent or the child can go first, if the child is saying something, the parent is not to say anything for, let's say, 1 minute, and the parent is to repeat what the child has said and see if that's correct, and then switch the other way around. So that's about listening. So it's very important to be a good listener to your child. But I think most importantly, it's important to build that connection with your child. Find something common that you enjoy doing together to strengthen that relationship. It can be very simple activities, can be going out for lunch dates. I did that with my child for a year, and that made such a big difference. And I actually wrote an article about that. So if you're keen later, I can share that link with you, John. But it makes a big difference when you are connected with your child, because the child can trust you. And then give some autonomy to your child, because when they feel that you're working with them, in what they want to achieve, in what they want to do, and you plan things with them, they feel like they have a say in things. It's not like my mom or my dad says I must do 10 pages of math a day. But it's like, okay, we decided together that this is good for me and I want to do it because I contributed to this. So they feel very empowered, and that helps with learning. That helps so much with learning, because they are part of this and they feel empowered.
And I really like the parts that you say working with your child. Yeah, because I think sometimes I also catch myself saying working on my child. Yeah, so it's different thing. Yeah. So working with my child, personally, my take on that is really okay. Like for example, let's say I want my child. Okay, see, all the lingo is about I want my child. Yeah, I would like my child to do 10 pages of questions. Example lah. Okay, yeah. Maybe before that, spend some time to discuss how many does my child wants to do, and then how many my she wants to do, and then probably find a midpoint, and then see how we can work towards the desired goal lah. Yeah. So really spending time and even taking time out to spend with the kid as well.
Yes, definitely.
And is it okay that before we do a wrap up, is it okay that we can do maybe a demo of the one that you say that each parent child is given some time to speak. Yeah. And the reason is because there are 8 parents who come in, and parents who are here, I thank you for being present. Yeah. I mean, for me, probably some elevation, I want to focus on who are here instead of expecting like 100 people turn up. That doesn't matter anymore to me. Yeah. So I want to give you something that you can actually use right after this session, because I think this is how, when we do something, we get feedback, and then we improve on it. And then this is how the relationship with you and your child can improve. And then also, this is also how you can start off your journey on helping your child build his or her learning confidence, not just in school, at home, and also beyond.
Yeah. And if they have any questions, they can pop it in the chat, maybe. I don't know. We can definitely address if there's any, questions.
We have Linda Chio said, Sophie, thanks for sharing. Yeah, parents,
very welcome.
Yeah, so parents, if you have any question, please put into the Facebook comment, because we're going to make it a very short one, because eventually we are just going to bring in speakers like Sophie, and I really want to emphasize on how you can prioritize your child's confidence while you are helping them with the school grades as well, because I think it is very important. And even if one of you turn up, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I just want to make sure that you get supported. Yeah. Okay, let's start.
Okay, do you want to do like a 30-second each?
Wow.
We can do a timer. We can use a timer.
Okay, now I feel scared. Yeah, am I the parent or the child?
Well, we'll switch over anyway. So would you like to speak first, or?
Wow. Okay, hold on. Yeah. We have a parent, Naga Vani, and she said, whatever Coach John mentioned as a parent, I can relate. Yes,
Yay.
Mommy Naga Vani, thank you so much. You can hear Ian and you heard what I'm saying and you can relate to me, and thanks for being a great supporter. Yeah, and the funny thing is when we share, right, and someone can relate to us, we feel supported, even though we may not see the person before. So parents, this is what I meant by we
Yeah.
share, and the energy is very strange. You can transfer over Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about something that is not about parenting now. Or what we talk about?
Your
I
favorite
feel
food.
anxious. Yeah.
Would you like to do that? 30 seconds about your favorite food or
The favorite
anything.
food. Yeah. Okay, parents, can you just put in the chat box what do you think we should talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? That's a good idea.
Yeah. 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 Okay, maybe we give them 1 minute to think lah. Yeah, okay. Maybe they're eating their food halfway, then the food drop on the table. They say, Coach John, you asked me last minute how to think. Yeah. Maybe while waiting for them, could you just share with us, like from your own family, yeah, how do you build your child's confidence? And you have two girls as well, one in
Yeah, I
Sec 1
do.
and one in Sec 4. So how do you as a parent build confidence for your kid?
I think it's very important to acknowledge them, acknowledge where they are, acknowledge also their concerns. So when we acknowledge them, they feel heard. And then just being their cheerleader, like, okay, yeah, it's been a tough day for you today, or math was really tough, or chemistry was really tough. So what do you think? What's moving forward? How can I support you? So normally it's more of, instead of me advising them, I normally like to ask, how do you think I can help you? I am here. If you need me, if I can help you in any way to explain anything, and I can, I'm able to, I would help you. Otherwise, I can find another source that I can support you with. So I think just starting from listening, acknowledging how they are feeling, not sweeping that away, not like, no lah, you've done this before, you definitely can do it. They can't be anxious, like not that kind. But yeah, if they're anxious, it's fine. Okay, yeah, I'm noticing that you're feeling anxious today. What can we do? And if you know certain kind of tools to help them, that would be the best. So for me, I normally remind them that they can take a couple of breaths when they're anxious about something. So if you know some tools, you can weave that in as part of personal development as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A question came in. Yeah. Okay. Let me share first. Yeah. I think for me, I'm also I love to share. Not saying that not to show off, but I really want to share something that I think, because a lot of parents gave me feedback that, hey, Coach John, I got this from you and I applied this at home. And things became better. Yeah. So I always remember this message, that something that a parent share, and that made me want to share more also, as well. Yeah. And also, just a disclaimer, Coach John also every day at home, right, fighting war. Yeah, I put my hair. That's why my hair cut so short. You see, $10 like that. The barber shave here, shave there, then say go off for $10. Plus charge $2. Okay. Yeah. So for me, I make sure that I do a date with my girls. Sometimes one at a time, sometimes all three at a time. Yeah. And my eldest being Sec 1, teenager lah. Yeah. So talk about anything under the sun. And I try to write on her topic rather than giving her my judgment. Yeah. And of course, before that, I want to center myself, some intentional inner work here. Cannot judge, just listen, because I want her to come back to me in the future to share with me as much as possible. Yeah, maybe next time she got a boyfriend, also must tell me first lah. Yeah. What else? Yeah, giving a lot of empathy. I agree with Sophie what you said. I want to see how I can support. Yeah. And also maybe asking myself, so like in my head, so why did you okay, what makes you say this? Coming from a very heart-centered position to understand, so how can I help you in this?
Yeah. And I think one more point that came up to mind for me is also to acknowledge and encourage their efforts. So we're not just looking at the endpoint. And that seems to be a lot of times the endpoint to us could be maybe a math score or a test score or something, right? But we should celebrate, acknowledge their efforts, like, oh, you've been, working so hard, and I really appreciate that you on your own, you've been independently planning for your studies and you completed this all on your own. That's really amazing. I mean, acknowledging the steps that they're taking, that whole entire journey, rather than just waiting till the end point and going, okay, this is the big thing.
Thanks for sharing. And at the same time, right now, I think the parents now are more free, and then after meal lah, yeah, then they start to hold some questions. Is it okay that I can hold you back for 10 minutes?
Yeah, of course.
Can? Yeah, parents are okay. What Sophie is doing here is she's a very good friend of mine, someone who really inspired me, and she coming in as a friend. And of course, by doing this, I have to send her like many kinds of abalone and bird nest. So parents, it's okay. I'll do it for you. It's okay. I'll do it for you. But anybody want to sponsor abalone can send to me and send to her. Okay, just kidding. Yeah, I think both of us are educated, and she's a mindset coach for professionals and executives. Yeah, we just want to come in to support you, because I think there are many Facebook groups doing do well in maths, do well in maths, how to solve questions. I realize that as a parents, our kids need more than that lah. Yeah, a lot of inner work, and I think there's not enough work done on that. So I try my best to support you and being social work trained as well. Okay, Sophie, could you address the question? Okay, so Naga Vani has asked, how do we manage to be energetic every day with children? I'm active all through the day, but when it comes to spending time with them,
yeah. And I don't think we need to be energetic all the time. And I totally can resonate with you because I get flat at night as well. And it's okay to tell your children that you need to rest. And maybe you can do a quiet activity with them, or just to let them know. It's important for parents to also tell them how we feel, to share with children how we feel. Like if you're feeling tired today, or mommy just or daddy just wants to have a nice warm cup of tea, would you like to join me for that? And we can have some cookies or biscuits, or and we can then chat over something very quiet. It doesn't have to be a big activity. So allowing them to know that you're also human and you care about them, but you also need to take care of yourself so that you can take care of them better. So it's also fine to be very honest about that. But since you said you're energetic through the day, that's fine. I think you already put so much energy being with them, and it's okay to be, a bit quieter at night. And I know like sometimes I want my kids to go to bed early so that I can rest as well. And I do tell them I'm really tired today, and it'd be great if you can go to bed earlier today. I think just being honest, we don't have to be that perfect parent all the time. We are just humans. Yeah.
Great. So for Mami Nagabani, it's okay to be active every day, the whole day. At the same time, it's also okay to stop for 1 second and be still. Yeah, I think be still, we can even push it to a deeper level. But the body is still help to have a still mind as well. Wow, sound very zen. Yeah. But it's true as well. I mean, parents, I just want to share with you like some inner work that you can do and even raise awareness that stillness doesn't mean we just sit here and don't move. The mind must be still as well. And it's something that I always encourage my children to do as well, my students, how to be still. Yeah, because when they are still, then they are composed, then they can excel in school. Yeah. Can you imagine the mind is very chaotic and very energetic and jump around and go for PSLE maths paper? Cannot be also, ma.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's such a great point, because we're being bombarded by so much information, social media and all that. So it's important that children and even adults like us, we find time to be quiet. And that really helps us to clear the mind so that we can realize what's important, what's priority, and what we can focus on.
Yeah. Just let me add one more thing. Parents told me that I'm very nurturing. Yeah. So I can't help it, but I want to say, okay, for the mom who has just shared the thing, I think first of all, you have to tell yourself that you are doing your best. Yeah.
Mm.
As much as parents, we're looking for the next magic pill or the next answer or advice from anyone out there. I think first of all, you have to center yourself and then tell yourself that, hey, I'm doing the best I can. Yeah. What else to be done will be for later. But the moment you must tell yourself, I'm doing a great job. Yeah. And you have to get yourself to support yourself first before you can support your children. I mean, it sounds simple and it's also very true. We can't get anything out of an empty cup. Yeah. So at times, parents, you must recharge yourself as well. Likewise for you, Nagabani. Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Type a yes if you can hear me. Yeah, I want you to say yes and then you can hear me, okay?
Wise words from Coach John.
I try my best, yeah, because I think many parents need help. Yeah, it's not just the kids, the parents also need a lot of help. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yeah, because I'm counting the number of Baoyu or abalone that I need to send to you. Yeah. Of course, I'll gladly send to you. Yeah, don't worry. Small one, small one. Okay, small one enough already. Big one expensive. Now GST increase. Or plus 1% more. Okay. Okay. Next one we have from Phoebe. Type a yes if you're here. And I'm going to read off her question. It's something that I can totally relate to you as well. And Phoebe, you're not alone. Yeah, I also have this kind of question in my head all the time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have been told once I reach home, I am like a policewoman. Oh, sorry, policeman. Yeah. Asking, have you done this? Have you gone for this class? Okay. It's a lot of task-oriented conversation. I feel time is quite a factor on spending time digging out the feelings in them. Yeah. I really wish I have time for meals with my boy. Yeah, I can totally relate. Yeah. Or to build this relationship, should I quit my job? Question mark. Sophie, are you a stay-at-home mom? Yeah. How often do you do those meals?
So this is a question for me.
Yes, I mean I can share as well. I think I know Phoebe. If it's the same Phoebe, because her name is very unique, so I always remember her. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do work. I have a full-time job. I have two jobs actually. Um, but to one of your questions, that when you reach home, you feel like you're a policeman. I can totally relate to that. But may I just give us a little tip? When you get home, maybe the first thing you do is maybe to connect with the child before asking those questions. And maybe that might really help to get the answers to what you need later on in a smoother way, because then that child is more connected with you, and it's part of building that relationship as well. So when they see you, it's not like, okay, mom's home and she's going to ask me that question, maybe shut down, but like mom's home and yay, like she's interested in finding out how I did today, or I can tell her how excited I am that I got this from school, or I discovered something, or I built this nice Lego building, like that sort of a thing. So maybe you can focus on building that relation, that connection with the child, and then go into the policing or the task that we need to do. So I understand, because I do at some stage end up asking those questions first, but that's not the first question I normally ask my children. So I don't know, John, do you have some input on that?
Oh, okay. My input lah. Okay, my input lah. Okay, maybe I share with you what I will do lah. Yeah. Okay. First of all, Phoebe. For the fact that you asked those questions, have you done this? Have you gone for this class? I take it as you said and you asked this because it has been on your mind all the time, and of course, going deeper down simply because you care. Go deeper down simply because you love your kid and you want to make sure that things are in order. Yeah. So let's take a moment and acknowledge first. Now I sound like a mindset coach there. Hey, yeah. Yeah. So okay. So first, okay, type in the years. If you do acknowledge what I'm saying is true to a certain extent, that you did it because also out of love. Yeah. I agree with what Sophie's shared. In fact, you're not alone. I'm also like that at home. Yeah. I also catch myself asking those questions for my middle child every time. Hey, back already or not? Yeah. So first of all, Phoebe, you're not alone. I'm also like that at home. Yeah. What is the difference maker? I catch myself doing that. I will so 2 scenarios for you. If you ask, have you done this? It's okay. Ask already, then you ask. Then later you ask the next question. Share with me one thing that happened in school today. Or maybe you buy something back for your boy. Hey, this one is for you. Yeah. And I think, so I think it's not about you ask that one and then it's a bad question. It's not. Yeah. I think it's the experience that you bring home, the feeling that you bring back. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine you ask that, but you bring back one KFC meal, then for a Coke got French fries. I think it's how you make your boy feel. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, not very good with words. But what I'm trying to say is it's important to also focus on how your boy feel when you come home. Yeah. Is it inviting? Is he looking forward to you coming back? And when you come back home, the easiest way, buy food. Eat together. No need to say anything. Eat first, then ask. Eat first, then ask. Yeah, also can. Yeah. And I think I can relate to you. Should I quit my job? Yeah. Personally, my personal take is there's no need to go to such extent, because personally I feel it's not about the quantity of the time that you spend. Yeah. For example, I know of some friends who spend 1 hour with the kid, but the dad's on the phone all the time. Yeah. But this mom, 5 minutes with the kid every day, 5 minutes before she sleeps. Bedtime story, real connection, high quality. Their relationship are very good. Even until she's 21 years old, mom still lie down next to her, tell her stories. Yeah, habit built from young. Yeah. So yeah, that's my take. Yeah. Sorry, very long-winded. See, unless they say Kushon, you're so long-winded.
And I can really relate with that example of putting the child to bed. Actually, my kids are already teens, but I still do that. And I think that to me, that time is really precious. And we've done that since they were young. So there are little pockets of time, we can choose to spend time with them. It doesn't have to be like Coach Sean said, 1 hour. It can be 5 minutes, but that can be very precious. Yeah. So my kids do look forward to me putting them, to bed even up till now. Yeah.
Yeah. Likewise for me as well. And my wife does it every day. For me, I do it like maybe 3 times a week. Yeah. So yeah, I think again, remember the gap and the gain. Yeah. The gap is, I'm doing all this and it feels so wrong. And I feel like I'm being wronged. Yeah. The gain is I did what I can. Let's see what else I can do. Yeah. Yes, I have 5 minutes. Let's make the best use of 5 minutes. Yeah. If you have 1 hour, good lah. Yeah. But I think it's not the quantity of the time now, but it's about how you make sure that there's quality of the time spent as well. Yeah. Phoebe, comment like yes, okay in the chat box so that I can know that you're okay lah. Yeah, I mean we make sure that you're okay before we move on. Yeah. So as the time is ticking, the abalone is growing up. Yeah. Yeah, I will do better. Yes, you're right. Now you're in the gain. Yeah, gain. Yeah, I will do better and you'll get better. Yes. Yeah. She said, I will do better and you'll get better. Thank you, Sophie and Coach.
Yeah. Welcome, Phoebe. Yeah, really want to acknowledge you for that. Yeah.
Okay, parents, last question from you. Anything that is boggling you, let us know here. I mean, if you're okay to share, there's no need to share names, like exactly how you're feeling, but just a safe platform for you to like give a context and then we can show you the door. Yeah. At the end of the day, you still have to travel by yourself. We can only show you the door. And remember the intention is always out of love. Yeah. Tell me a mom who doesn't love the kid. Yeah. We all love our kids. Just that how we show may be misunderstood. Okay, so before we wrap up, just a few resources for you to read up. Parents, I really encourage you to read a lot, because I read about one book a week at least. Yeah, because I think that I still need to learn more to support you better as well. One book will be Five Love Languages by who? Jeffrey Goldman, is it? Yeah. Okay. Five Love Languages. Yeah. Understand the love language of your child. Does he want to spend time with you? Does he appreciate gift that you give to him? Or is it just give me a pat on the shoulder or hugging? Yeah. The other one is if you do read the Gap and the Gain, and this is like the sixth time I'm recommending this book. I should go and get commission from that guy. Just kidding. Yeah. Download the audio file from National Library app. I mean, now it's so easy to borrow books. Yeah, so no excuse to not upgrading your mindset as well. What will be your final takeaway for the parents?
Yeah, just a gentle reminder about how your kids developed and how that they are naturally hopeful and trying, and it's thinking of them when they were babies and how you were their best cheerleaders. And just whenever things get tough, think about how cute they were and how hard they try, and know that they have this natural ability to keep trying. So continue to keep that confidence strong for them, because it's not just through primary school or secondary school, it's actually through their entire life. And they start working, we need that confidence to help us respond to setbacks in our life. We need that confidence to help us step out of some of our comfort zones, in learning, in getting new experiences, or even taking up an opportunity, like if they had a job offer in the future, right? So you want them to have that confidence in whatever they're doing. So continue to build that for them, and I wish you all the best in doing that.
Thanks, Sofie. That's a very nice wrap up. Yeah, and parents, I didn't forget the exercise that we need to do lah. Yeah, so the exercise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I
Yes.
promised them. Yeah, because we want them to leave the Zoom with something that they can try.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Was there someone who posted
Nothing.
something?
Okay. Nothing. Then you can choose. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Food lah. Food. Our favorite food.
Favorite food. Okay. Why don't you go first?
Oh my gosh.
It's 30 seconds, or do you want to make it shorter even?
What about just 3 sentences?
Okay.
You can see my fingers are shivering now. Get ready. Baby and Naga Vani, thanks for posting that. Oh, yes, you're right. Okay. So I say one sentence, you repeat one sentence, is it?
Maybe say all 3 so that make sure that I'm listening, and then I'll
oh my gosh,
to you and see if I did that right.
I'm very poor at that one. Wow.
And that's why it's called an exercise. That's to train our listening power, right?
Yeah,
and
now
I'm also
older.
not the best at that, but I try our best.
Okay. Well, this like some memory technique kind of thing. Then you must imagine number 1, you must imagine this plate of thing. Number 2, on top is what? Number 3 is on top. Yeah, that one we can do other time. I mean, for parents, it's called memory technique. Okay. I like to eat nasi lemak and drink teh C siew dai and have otah. Okay, done.
Okay, so you like to eat nasi lemak and teh C siew dai and otah. Did you get that right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Suddenly the Facebook live says ended or hang still have. Okay. No. Still have. Yeah. Okay. Your turn.
Oh gosh. What do I enjoy?
Yeah. I think we'll do a debrief, like how parents can use it. Otherwise, they'll be like, so what's next? Okay.
Okay. So, well, I said earlier on that I really enjoy eating chocolates, but dark chocolate with nuts. Um, and I love drinking tea. So any kind of herbal tea that really makes my day, and yeah, it really nourishes me.
Very long.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
One more. Let me see.
Okay.
Gosh. Okay. Enjoy a good laksa.
Good laksa. So bad laksa you don't like lah. Okay.
Okay.
I like eating dark chocolate with nuts, and
Mhm.
I drink any tea, especially herbal tea, and I enjoy good laksa.
Yay! There you go. Well done, Coach John.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So let's make it relate back for the parents now. Like,
Mm.
so how can they start after they do they need to debrief anything, or it's just for the fun of it and then have a fun time at home?
Yeah, I think just have fun. I think the exercise is really notice. I don't know if you noticed, John, when I was speaking, that you really dropped in and was very, very present, and you really listened intently what I was trying to say so that you could
Mm,
repeat it. So
mm,
that's the thing. I mean, a lot of times we are quite distracted, and sometimes when our mind is wandering somewhere else, when our child says something to us, we may only hear half of it, or
mm-hmm,
maybe they say something and we heard it, but we don't, because we didn't put attention to it, we're not able to repeat that. We kind of forget it went in and then went out the other side.
mm,
So the purpose of doing this is really to have that space and really give that 100% attention to your child or whoever is speaking to you, because I mean, it's not so much about repeating, but it's really about paying attention in the first place and giving your full 100% attention. I think that's the purpose of this. So when you do that with your child, it's very powerful.
mm. Sounds really good. Yeah, something that I will do with my kid.
Mhm.
Maybe probably tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Tell me how it goes.
Okay, can. Okay, thanks so much, Sophie. Parents, thanks so much for being here. And if any question, you can just post in the comment box. Yeah. Okay. The reason why I bring Sophie in is also because actually within LOB, we do have parents who are her who are being coached by her as well. Yeah, and also to support their kid. Yeah. So we really just want to bring in like-minded professionals to support you. Yeah. So if you feel that you have any facing any situation that became very stressful and you really need someone to turn to feel supported, you can always approach Sophie. Yeah. Sophie, so how can they approach you or contact you?
Yeah, you can drop me a message in Facebook Messenger or visit my website. I think maybe you can pop. Oh, that's just sophiehon.com. That's it. Yeah, and drop me a message there on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. So when you go to sophiehon.com, her contact form is all the way to the bottom. Okay, so you can use this contact form to contact her. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, parents, before we end, I thought I said already we are gonna end before we end.
It's hard to
Yeah.
say goodbye.
Yeah. Hey, parents, normally I want you to share your biggest takeaway lah. Or and I think we can hang out for another 1 minute. Yeah, just to see their takeaway. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
thank you for spending time with us.
yeah, I really appreciate that. And we have 10 parents who are still online with us. And I'm very happy. Yay.
Hey.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
and I know that it's still live. Yeah. So parents, I can share with you my hesitation. Yeah, because there are many groups sharing maths. Yeah. So I'm thinking for parents like us, what else do we need? And in fact, we are giving so much support to our children. But somehow, even for me, sometimes I don't feel there's enough support for me. So there's some parents out there who may be facing the same thing as well. Yeah. So I just want to do this.
Yeah.
Hi, Carson.
Carson there.
Yeah, he said hi.
Hi,
Our tennis player,
Carson. Yay.
tennis coach. Uh, Mami Nagavani said listening exercise. Yeah. Please do that. And then share with me how it went, okay? Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I'll see you around, and we will not be doing any more Facebook Live any soon because next week is Chinese New Year. Yeah, like Hojian is already over. Yeah, for primary sixers, for preparing your PSLE, please start now. All right. So at the same time, right now we are also offering a coupon code which is 30% off so that we can support you as well. And I know that now it's inflation and GST increases. So we want to pass down more savings to you as well. Okay. So right now you can go to our website, learningoutofthebox.org, then click on slash there's a tab that show all the books. Yeah. I can actually paste this link in the comment box as well. Then when you check out, please remember to type in LOB30 CNY. That stands for Chinese New Year, and then there'll be a 30% off your shopping cart. Okay, so just want to pass on the savings to you. Yeah, because I know that this year it could be even tougher for many of us. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, generous offer.
Yeah. Okay. So Rachel say thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks, Rachel.
And Nagavani said that sure, thank you so much. Rachel say acknowledge their hard work and effort. Yep. Okay. So we'll go off. Sophie, please stay behind. Yeah, I will pass you your 鲍鱼. Virtual 鲍鱼. You want how many? I can draw for you.
Yeah, you can draw. And then we can put times.
Okay. Bye-bye, parents.
Okay, bye everyone. Good
Bye.
weekend.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Oops.